Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Swordhaven with me, Regadon. Before we start, there's two things I want to go over. First, there was one skill point I forgot to spend in the last episode during character creation, so I put it into bladed weapons. And then for abilities, in order to actually learn the ability, you have to click on Learn over here, which I did not do last time, but have now done. And now we're ready to start. The familiar red star. Welcome to Swordhaven Iron Conspiracy Demo. You're sailing from the Imperial mainland to the land of Nova Drakonia, specifically its capital, Swordhaven, when a sudden storm struck your ship. During the commotion, one of your fellow passengers, an old man named Anfor, was hit by a fallen mast. Before dying, he entrusted you with a mysterious amulet, asking you to bring it to his friend, Agranat the Enlightened in Swordhaven. Failure to do so, according to him, would lead to a catastrophe. Still puzzled and frankly disturbed by the urgency in the dying man's voice, you step onto the lifeboat. The captain of the ship decided not to risk it, and sent you and the rest of the passengers to the shore before reaching Swordhaven, instructing that there is a village nearby, Clamreach. This is where your story begins. Click to start the game. After a rough landing, you and your fellow passengers meet the dawn gathering wood, kindling a fire, preparing something to eat from the scant sea rations providently brought along. As you're about to depart for the village, the stern voice of one of your companions stops you in your tracks. You're leaving. Nostra Urheim, the roguish redhead of few words and uncertain occupation, addresses you sharply. Yeah. We could travel to the village together. By log. Those luskish lazybones. You cast a desultory glance at the rest of the passengers. We'd rather sit here and prattle until dusk, but I have things to do. Why do you want to travel with me? I have a feeling you and I move in the same circles, if you catch my drift. Okay, I wonder if this changes if you're a noble. You're part of the Knight Army. No, but I've had dealings with your kind before. What brought you to Nova Drakonia? That's my business, not yours. Come on, not even a hint? Her brows furrow in annoyance. Do not poke your nose into the prairie worm's burrow, or you might just lose it. I'll show her Anfor's amulet. What do you make of this thing? I've heard many tales about cursed talismans. This may well be one of them. Adjust her high patch. So? I could use some company. Let's go. Good. Oh, remind me. Where's that village the captain mentioned? You mean Clamreach? We need to follow the road through the forest, cross the river, then head east at the first turn. I got it. Well, let's go already. Wait, one more thing. That chest you were sitting on, is it yours? Nope. I thought it belonged to someone else. Huh. Guess the sailors put it in your boat our boat by accident. You know what? I think we ought to take a look inside. Here, take this lockpick. Show me what they taught you in the Thieves Guild. Oh, we got a lockpicking kit. Very well. Let's go. Agreed. Let's not waste any more time.
It's locked.
Whoa. Really sensitive? Let's reel it in here.
Locked.
So take a look at that HUD real quick. Oh, she's got a spear.
Easy as lizard pie.
Empty bottle, a weak potion of enervation. Alright, so reduces your attack cost and SP by -1. And weak potion of resilience, personality -1, and damage threshold +1. And causes noxious gas veil. Its side effect is too dire for most. Horrid, uncontrollable flatulence. Of course. A bandage. We start with 45 dinars. And for his amulet. A dim red light flickers within this dark prism. When you touch one of its sides, the crimson glow moves toward your finger, almost as if the object were alive and observing you. Lockpicking kit. 3 weak healing potions, restores 5 to 9 hit points. And provisions, you need those to rest. And she has a whetstone. And a weak healing potion. Alright, so there's a crafting menu. Nicodemus. Nicodemus Pinecone, the aged scholar you met aboard the ship, is hunched over and rubbing his lower back. I say, that landing wasn't good for my constitution. Oh, curse my crumbling pelvis. Why must it ache so? If only I had some water. Water? Really just got off the sea. No, I'm talking about fresh water, boiling in a pot. His eyes glaze over, with a bit of freshly butchered meat and all manner of assorted vegetables. Ah, you're talking about a stew. Stew. Yes, that's the word. After a few servings of that, like a jug of something strong, only then will I fully recover. Indubitably, I'd feel positively rejuvenated. You have a peculiar way of speaking, Master Pinecone. I am a learned man, so don't despair if my thoughts and observations leave you dazzled. Shrugs. Anyway, but I wouldn't give for some stew and fortified wine right about now. Hopefully, I'll find such sustenance in the nearest tavern. Would you like to travel there with me? Can you imagine us stomping through the thicket together? We'd scare away all the local fauna before I had a chance to study and name them after myself. If you truly leave the Nicodemus Vatricus, Drycaloptis Pineconius, and myriad other creatures to languish without a proper scientific epithet. Well, do you at least have the means to defend yourself? Absolutely. Well, the weapon men fear and women long for. The scholar leans back and spreads his arms, as if displaying some deadly armament. Seeing your confused look, he specifies, I mean my body. Well, not as hard and toned as in the long ago days of my youth, and begging for a new liver to boot. It still remembers the ancient techniques of my Malvian warrior monk masters. Alongside my supreme anatomical knowledge, this makes me a devastatingly effective pugilist. Got it. But why did you come to Nova Drakonia? I left my beautiful homeland of Malvia for none other than a lady science, my one and only true love. Show him Anfor's amulet. What are your thoughts about this thing? A fascinating specimen, a real magical artifact. Who knows what powers it may possess? I entreat you to hide it, and hide it well, for even I, the wise Nicodemus Pinecone, am not immune to the villainous temptation to steal it. I'm leaving. Best of luck to you, Master Pinecone. And to you. Ta-ta. The sellsword Gemahor the Eel, we met during the voyage, greets you with a disarming grin. Hard to believe such an innocent expression belongs to a merciless cutthroat. Are you here to see me off, sea brother? Quickly then. I won't linger long on these shores. Neither shall I. Ah, we are kindred spirits. Once our feet are reacquainted with solid ground, we'll venture wherever the good deeds are needed, for such is our mission in life. The eel is a strange moniker for a righteous man. That's the nickname they greet me with. Here he comes, Gemahor the Eel, who always slips from dangerous path, no matter the situation. Yet when the contract is done, the coin paid, and the time for farewells grows nigh, they say, Gemahor the Eel, we do not know any such man. Nay, here stands Gemahor the Good, he who works hard and fights well. And if many moons later, one of the unwed lasses in our household should give birth to a miracle babe, we shan't falsely accuse him, but instead raise the wee child as one of our own. That was oddly specific. The point is that being a paragon of virtue is my calling in life, and as we all know, The best way to serve the greater good is to peddle your sword arm to the highest bidder. That makes perfect sense. Nods. The riddle of gold is simple, yet Gemahor has rarely known a foreigner to crack it. Unless... Are you Kofadian? You definitely look it, even if you did not before. Please, tell me I'm right. Kofadian. Yes, someone from my birthplace, the Kofadian Islands. We spent so much time together at sea, I never mentioned it. Impossible. Ah, the Kofadian Islands. Istam with its lovely climate and sweet dates. Valet with its raucous bazaars. The Blackstone ziggurats of Samarkand, which it is said were... Gemahar finishes a sentence for you. Made by no human hands. Then you know, sea brother. Were you there to explore, or to return to your roots? I know about the place, but I'm not Kofadian. What a shame. If you had said yes, I would have welcomed you as kin. Even if you looked like a green-eyed, red-headed Wendian, or one of those split-chin Hegrians from the frozen death trap that is their motherland. Still, I thank you for this conversation. You gave my seasick legs a moment's respite. Now I'm ready to go seek my fortune. I nod and leave him be. My friend, may you revel in riches and delights like a sun-kissed fig swimming in syrup on the way to the king's table.
Time for exploration.
I said respite there incorrectly. Makes my tongue feel funny. I've always said respite, but there's a character in another game that said respite, and it throws me off now and
The road
then.
is calling.
He's getting his vengeance because I don't like him as a character. Jintar of Koldinga, the pious knight you met during the voyage, looks up from the flames. I believe a brief prayer of thanksgiving is in order. Would you join me? So it does seem like, based on the characters we're speaking to here, they may reflect future backgrounds that will be added to the game. I'm not sure what sort of background with this guy would be associated with. But maybe there's like a academic or scholarly background when you get Nicodemus. I feel like he'd fit with the bandit, but possibly more of a rogue or pirate. Or sellsword, that could be a potential background as well. Then maybe there's going to be a knight background for this guy. Where'd I leave off? Gintar of Koldinga, the pious knight you met during the voyage, looks up from the flames. I believe a brief prayer of thanksgiving is in order. Would you join me? I've already read all that. Meh. Let's go find the nearest village instead. Sorry, but I've given my word to Lady Fiona that I shall not leave her side until we reach Swordhaven. So, about that prayer. Shake your head. I ain't a praying man. Pish tosh. If timidness is hindering you, I say cast it aside. Alright, let's do it. I'll humor him. He raises his hands in supplication. O celestial dragon above, O blessed choir of the heavens, O saints and prophets of yore, receive this humble prayer of gratitude for... not sending sea monsters to claim us. Aye, that's a good one. Continues. We humbly beg of you to make our stay here safe from all things unwholesome. Yet if we ever stray into temptation, looks you in the eyes, be it through the allure of gold or other earthly vanities, bestow upon us the guile to always come out on top. Lowers his hands. Not every word directed at the divine need find its way to their ears. This I deem is exactly such an occasion. Still, I thank you for joining me. May you always know enlightenment from folly. So what brought you to Nova Drakonia? I heeded a spiritual beckoning. I show him Anfor's amulet. What are your thoughts about this thing? Now that's a strange little hotchk, isn't it? I personally would seek out its true owner and give it back. One cannot discover a higher truth in magic destined for someone else. Got it. I'll leave you to it then. He sighs and settles in for a soul-cleansing meditation. Gemahor the eel is honing the blade of his battered sword with a whetstone. The old scholar is still too sore to move. I'll take my leave soon, child. Worry not. The knight is reciting a mantra, his right hand resting atop his left palm. Fiona de Quinlan, a Truberitz from a faraway kingdom of Mora Orm, smiles at you in Nostra. Leaving so soon? She speaks in a sing-song accent. I'm gonna stick with her group. Safety in numbers, you know. You could come with us. Thank you, but Sir Gintar and Sir Gemahor have already offered to escort me. She nods to the knight meditating by the fire, the dark-haired warrior sharpening his sword. So, how's the road been treating you? The weather and other natural hardships don't frighten me, and I'm equally accustomed to human dangers. Most unwanted attention may be averted by a long cloak and a deep hood anyway. But if that doesn't suffice, then my crossbow comes into play. If you think I don't know how to use it, you're making a big mistake, my lord. A mistake for which more than one rogue has paid dearly. Why did you come to Nova Drakonia? Bat her eyelashes innocently. To travel new lands and seek inspiration, of course. Yes, but why this place exactly? Allow me to answer with a question of my own. Why not? I've heard many intriguing stories about Nova Drakonia, and when circumstances allowed it, I decided to embark and make my daydreams a reality. Show her Anfor's amulet. What do you make of this thing? That certainly is a mysterious piece of bric-a-brac. You ought to take it to Swordhaven and find someone knowledgeable about things ancient and preternatural. I see. Well, best of luck to you. Adieu, my lord. May fortune favor you until we meet again.
Let's see what's out there.
She smiles politely, one hand resting on the battered crossbow in her lap. That's just a little too sensitive.
You can count on me.
Let's use Q and E to rotate the camera instead. Clam? Oh yeah, let's look at our equipment. So we do have a Venerable Claymore. Does 4 to 12 damage. SP cost 12. And dodge chance 3%. She has a dull spear, does 1 to 11 damage. Armor piercing plus 3%, SP cost is only 10.
Let's do it. No problem. Time for exploration. The road is calling. Let's see what's out there.
That's in combat very soon. I feel like Fiona would be a good companion for the noble background, but
You can count on me.
I feel that implies that Jintar and Gemahor would also follow. Which would be great.
Let's do it. No problem. Time for exploration. The road is calling.
Something all the way over there. Alright, what do we have here? Good boots. Big bag. Arsenic in it. A staff.
Let's see what's out there. Nuh-uh.
Did he just say nuh-uh?
What is it? No problem. Time for exploration. The road is calling.
The environment here feels really nostalgic.
Let's see what's out there.
It feels like a very familiar
I've spotted something.
beginning area to a
Let's
RPG
do
like
it.
this. So I wonder what the max amount of companions you can have is. It looks like maybe 5 or 6. Nice, some money. And some stuff we can sell. Well, and an ingredient.
No problem.
We just walk to the edge of the map to go west, or...
Time for exploration.
So that looks like a cave. Not go that way yet. I think that's it. That or north.
The road is calling.
While we're here, let's check out the cave. Might have to come back here for a quest later, but that's okay.
Let's see what's out there.
Doesn't look too safe around here.
Let's do it.
I agree. Alright, what are we up against? A lizard of some kind. Queen Skink. Alright, so let's take a look. Off to a good start. Skinklet. That's gonna be a pretty tough fight. Oh, real time. No thank you for this. Adam RPG was a turn-based. I think the system will probably lend better to a turn-based playstyle. It's alright. Plan on going anywhere anyway. Unfortunate. There we go, took him out though. So big threat's gone. He only did like 2 damage to us last time, so... 3 this time. Spoke too soon. But I skipped my character's turn, I think, by accident. He's not doing a lot of damage, is she?
Think it's the end?
There we go, finally more than 2 damage.
Time for
I
exploration.
really need to remember not to use the mouse wheel to scroll.
The road is calling.
It's also possible if we bring meat and drink back to the... Or I guess make stew. Back to
Let's see
Nicodemus,
what's
he might
out
join
there.
us. Alright, mortar and pestle is an ingredient. Pearl. Bone statuette. Hogweed. Yawara. Brass knuckles. And some copper bolts.
You can count on me.
Let's hope that we don't run across any combat encounters on the way to the village.
Let's
Let's
do
actually check something real quick. Make sure that's saved. Go. Now it should have saved, right? Can't do F9. F9 is how I start my recordings. That's how I start the recording, and F10 is how I end it.
No problem. Time for exploration.
That's probably worth healing up a bit here.
The road is calling.
I don't particularly want to be in front. That's okay. It's just one enemy. Let him come to us. We gotta make him waste some SP getting back to us.
Let's see what's out there.
How's the king skiing? I'm mad that we killed her as queen.
You can count on me.
Little regicide. Another big bag. Some more money. Lockpicking kit. A Wendian cap. And a healing salve. Oh, 6 to 12 health. Alright, so what is her persuasion? Personality is 4, so probably not very high. In fact, her stats seem pretty lackluster all around. Spears and halberds is pretty good, though. At 52. I do hope that companions get distinctions when the game releases as well. It makes them just that much more interesting. Alright, we also found these good boots. So dodge chance plus 2% and stealth plus 1. Light dodge chance.
Let's do it.
I didn't check the skeleton. A bog iron dagger blade. An ingredient.
No problem.
It's gonna be a unique dagger we can craft.
Time for exploration.
Now there's supposedly a way to put the camera in like classic mode. Let me just highlight loot. Neat. The option offhand. Probably a hotkey for it somewhere.
The road is calling. Let's see what's out there.
I keep doing it with the mouse wheel. Just it's so floaty and quick. Normally I use the mouse wheel
You can
for
count on me.
turning the camera because it's more precise, but like that goes for like another half turn after I do it.
Let's do it.
Copper darts. Copper is pretty valuable. You can
No
scrap
problem.
that for some pretty good money. I know of a guy that he was in construction and he just kept taking copper from all these job
Time
sites.
for exploration.
He had like 2 tractor trailer loads of copper. And he paid for both of his kids to go to college and bought them new cars
The road
with
is
it.
calling.
I think that's it for the map, right? 'Cause I don't think we can go any further this way.
Let's see what's out there.
I'm gonna have to double check, make sure there's nothing we can like climb up here.
Nuh-uh. No, can't do that.
If there's anything we can do with them.
Time for action. Time for exploration.
So we'll head to, is it Clamreach? Yeah, Clamreach. It was Clam something. Alright, I'm gonna call it here, and next time we'll head to Clamreach and continue our adventure. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.